They try hard, pushing themselves into endless hours of study, hoping to master something. But in the end, they get caught in this mess. Can't even build a simple software on their own. It's almost amusing. They memorize concepts, but when it comes to real-life execution, they're lost. I think they're just preparing to be ruled by others. Pathetic. Those who understand the system, those who see the patterns, they control everything. Most people don't fail because they're not smart enough. They fail because they make the process harder than it actually is. They stress over learning. They treat every concept like it's life or death. And the moment they do that, their brain starts overthinking, calculating unnecessary outcomes, and eventually they freeze. They never truly learn. That's where they go wrong. The first rule? Stop taking things too seriously. When you treat something as extremely important, your mind enters survival mode. It starts worrying about the difficulty, the future, the so-called scope of that skill. And when that happens, learning turns into fear. Instead, change your perspective. Stop looking at programming as a subject to study. See it as a tool, something you'll eventually use to create, to build, to solve problems. Once you do that, the pressure disappears. Learning becomes a process, not a burden. The second rule? Empty your mind while learning. Forget multitasking. Forget analyzing every little thing while learning. When you're consuming knowledge, your mind should be blank, completely receptive. Repeat what the instructor says. Imagine yourself writing the code in real time. See the syntax in your head. Visualize how each function interacts. When you do this, you're not just memorizing, you're making it instinctual. Then comes the real trick, storing it in long-term memory. Once you understand the syntax, don't rush to type it. First, picture a block of code in your mind. Hold it there. See the functions, the structure. Let your brain get used to it, and then implement it. When you write it down after visualization, it becomes permanent. This is how I've learned everything. Not just programming, but every skill I've ever mastered. The truth is, most people are drowning in distractions, forcing themselves to learn with outdated methods. They study but never retain. They practice but never apply. And that's why they fail. But here, we do things differently. We don't just learn, we dominate.